Today we're going to tumble a bunch of beautiful rocks that I picked up at Rolls Rock and Gift Shop across just past Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. It was a beautiful little drive out that way, and we had a lot of fun. So I picked up 2 pounds of rough rock, and I also picked up a couple of slabs. This one here, this is obsidian. Beautiful. And we're going to throw these in my Lortone 4-pound tumbler. Hopefully there will be enough in there to fill her up. If not, I will add some unakite and epidote and some round rocks, beach rocks, so I would know the difference. I also took some before pictures so we can have a look at them when they're all done and compare them. Well, we're almost there. I'd say it's pretty much half full. I might put a few more rocks in there, just the round stuff. Something like this here, some unakite. Alright, I think that'll work. Put a few beach rocks in there. And we will tumble it in 60-90 grit silicon carbide for 1 week. And we have our water in just below the level of the rocks. See that down there a little bit? And now we're going to add our 60-90 grit, using about 4 tablespoons. And then we will put the lid on it, put her on the tumbler, and we will see you in 1 week. Alright, let's have a look. A little bit. I think these are almost ready. Like very, very close. Maybe 1 more week. There's probably some that will be ready right now. Like this guy. Yeah, that one's definitely ready. These are beautiful rocks. There's that beautiful piece of Montana agate. Gorgeous. Okay, so this is what we have that are ready to go. Probably a lot of these small ones too. That's just the extra pea gravel and pebbles I threw in. That's not a big deal. I'm more concerned about the good ones. So we'll put these aside. We'll fill up the container again. Add some more rocks if we have to. And we'll see you another week. Here we are at week 4. I'm really excited to see how they turn out this time. Smooth, looking good. Very minor places there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to tumble that a little bit longer. Unicate, yeah, there's a spot there. Petrified wood. Little crack there, but I'm gonna call it ready. So that one's good. That's pretty. That one's good. Nope. Yep. Crazy Lace Agate. That's ready. I still don't know about that one. Nope, not yet. That one might just tumble away. I said I was going to break it before. I might still do that, but that one's ready. Nope.
A few minutes later.
These are the ones that are ready for stage 2. I'm going to put them in a separate container so I can tumble them later. This is what hasn't made it so far. And it's not too many, so I'm going to have to really fill this with stuff. So give me a few and I will figure out what I'm going to do. I have a container of mixed rocks that we picked along Lake Superior, and I'm going to throw them in there with the rocks. That's interesting. We'll tumble all this for one more week, and we'll see what the results are. And I'm going to consider these done. There's a few spots on them that it's just not going to go away. There's a few undercutting places. There's a couple of cracks and small holes, but it's doable. It's not going to affect it, and I'm not entering any contest or anything, so I'm not going to be too worried about a tiny little crack or a little hole. So I'm going to consider these ones ready for stage 2. They're going to go into the vibratory tumbler. These are the extra rocks that I put in there. I think I have them pretty much sorted. There might be a couple in here that don't belong, but I think I'm pretty good. And then these ones aren't going to go anywhere right now because they're severely cracked. So I'm going to either have to cut this or maybe try to break that off. It might just break off. This one here kind of smashed and fell apart. So that'll have to be retumbled. This one, same deal. It's got a deep crack in it. You can see the grit in there. That's not going to come out. So I'll have to either break that or cut it. Yeah, that's really, really bad, that one. It's a nice piece. This one here, all kinds of undercutting and cracks and stuff. Piece of petrified wood. Got some deep, deep cracks, so I might have to split that right down the middle or just leave it. I'm not sure. It's a cool little piece. Looks just like wood. I love these things. We are going to move on to stage 2 in the vibratory tumbler. We'll throw all these in there, plus I'll probably have to throw a bunch more stuff. I have a double barrel lotto tumbler, and this will take about a week to 9 days or so, and then they're all done. So next time you see these are going to be shiny. And I almost forgot, I already have some rocks that are already ready to go from Roll's Rock Shop. Those are the ones that were tumbled previously and were ready to go, so they were put aside. So I'm going to throw all of those in here and see what we can do for filling up the barrel. And if we have to add more, then we will do that. Well, after doing the 220 stage in the vibratory tumbler, I did all the burnishing and the clean out and everything, and I'm noticing there's still some cracks and holes that are holding grit. And I tried to get a brush and get everything out, but it's not coming out. So these have to go back into stage 1 in the rotary tumbler. These are the ones that are ready to go, and they are ready for the 500 stage. I will keep them wet. They're in a container of water right now. And like I said, these ones have to go back into stage 1. What a bummer. This one has a big crack. See all that grit right there? That's got to come out because you don't want that going into your 500 stage, because it would ruin this is coarser than the 500. So it would basically ruin your polish. And you'd have to do it all over again. So to avoid that, I'm going to keep tumbling these until they are ready. So back into the 4-pound lower tone tumbler. See how much we get here. Wow, that's about half full. That's a lot of rocks that I missed. Or they might have cracked after, I'm not sure, or I didn't inspect them well enough. But I'm glad I noticed them this time. So let's throw them in for another week. And just to make sure we can get into those little tiny places, I'm going to throw in some small pea gravel. There, that should do it. It's just a bunch of probably granite, some basalt, just stuff that doesn't really matter. If it turns out polished, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. It's not a big deal. I just use it as filler. There, I added some water so you could see what the rocks look like a little bit better. Mostly granite and basalt and stuff. Just filler stuff. And now we go back to our 6090 grit silicon carbide. It's about 4 tablespoons. This is a 5 tablespoon container. And we will pour that in there like that. Put the cover on so nothing gets contaminated. That's more important with your finer grits. You want to keep the lid on it, put the lid back on as soon as possible. All right, so we're going to put the lid on this and get her going for another week. Here we are 9 days later, and they are done. I'm going to separate them from the media and let them dry. And we'll have a look at them in a second. Okay, everything's separated and they're going to dry for a little bit. Looking pretty good. Okay, these are the ones that I'm pretty sure are the Rolls Rock Shop. And these are the ones that are filler rocks. So what we're going to do first is look at the filler rock. And then we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with these rocks. Now I'm going to turn this little puppy off for a couple of minutes. Shouldn't be too bad. You could probably hear the other tumbler in my wood shop. It's an MJR. Makes a little bit more noise, so I kind of keep it in a separate room. Okay, so shine turned out not too bad. I don't think they're contest quality, but I'm happy with them. That one didn't shine very good at all, but the epidote did. That's the green part. That's not too bad. Here's a piece of unakite. And another one. Here's a neat piece of, could be nice maybe. Got a little sparklies in there. Nice little ring at the top. Not the greatest polish. It's a neat rock though. This is a piece of rhyolite, I believe. Turned out not too bad. They are still a little foggy. I'm thinking some of the rocks that didn't tumble well are a little bit rougher, so it's not going to leave that perfect shine if you tumbled all the same kind of rock or anything with similar hardness. This one, no idea what it is, but it turned out not very shiny, but it still looks pretty cool. Almost like a mudstone. Very interesting. That's just a piece of green quartzite. Green quartzite. Algoma jade, we call it. A little piece of amethyst. Now, one cool thing that Lake Superior does for me once in a while is it makes its own cabochons. I didn't cut this, didn't do anything to modify it, just threw it in the tumbler. Here's another one. Like, these are so cool, they're just perfect. And 3 more. So I call them Lake Superior cabochons. All natural. That's awesome. Okay, here's what you've all been waiting for.